All right, so here's part two. You've talked about this x, y, that goes with our coordinates, right? The x-axis and the y-axis, and there's the information. And whether you display it on a table of values that is horizontal or vertical, it doesn't matter. This is the graph. You'll see the intervals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are all going this way. And this one is going up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? So every interval, every spacing is the same. All right, so where are we going next, you say? Oh, let me tell you where we're going next. Well, what we're going to do is we're now, going to talk about when you describe a pattern, tell what it relates to, where it starts, and how it changes. Okay? Is this a linear relationship? First off, can you draw a straight line from the 0 point all the way through the rest of them forever and ever and ever? The answer, of course, is yes, it is linear. Yes, this is good. All right, what else can you tell me? Well, the pattern starts at 1x and 1y. This is good. What happens next? Well, we're going to go over 1. Let me change the pen here. We're going to go over 1 to 2 and up 1 to 2. So it's over 1 and up 1. So it's increased a 1 on the y and increased 1 on the x. You understand what I'm asking you to do here? It's not very hard to understand. Then we go over 1 on the x. You can see that we're making this little staircase, which is why it is linear. This is good. Okay, so that's just describing what you need to know on the graph. So you have to be able to describe it. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Those are just the points on the graph. Now what else do we need to know? Well, here's another thing about temperature change over time. It's just another graph. Not all that hard to understand. Okay, but the book's going to say, is it possible to have a dot right there, or right here, or right here? And you're going to say, I'm not sure. Does it make any sense to have a dot there? Well, you're looking. This is time in minutes. So at 1 minute, we are at 2 degrees Celsius. At 2 minutes, we are at 3 degrees Celsius. But what the heck is this line right here? Well, if I draw a line straight down to the bottom and straight over here, approximately, now this isn't the prettiest thing, this would be 1.5 minutes, and this would be 2.5 degrees. Is it possible for the temperature to be 2.5 degrees? Is it possible for the time to be 1.5 minutes? Well, I think in this example it is totally possible, and that is a realistic thing to expect. Now, a couple other things. Let's describe this, shall we? Remember how we described it here? At 1 minute, you have 2 degrees. At 2 minutes, you have 3 degrees. What has happened since 1? Well, we have started, we started after 1 minute having 2 degrees. So that was up 2 and over 1, right? And now, since we start at 2, now what happens is oops, I gotta cut these off here. Every single time we do this now, it's up 1 and over 1, and tracking this linear relationship. Because linear relationship, one more time, let's do it with red. If we start here and go all the way through those dots, is that where it ends? Does it go to 0, 0? Hold on here. Control Z. Let's get rid of this. That isn't where it ends. Let's start it up here. If we go all the way through there, come across, is that a straight line? Yes. Does it have to go through the 0? No. But it is a straight line, and actually it's called the y-intercept point, and I'll talk to you more about that when I get back. Ends up being 1. Okay, so recapping. You have a graph. You have a y-axis and an x-axis. Label them properly, please. The direction that you write. Okay. You have a table of values. It can be vertical. It can be horizontal. That also is okay. Okay. You'll be using a lot of this today. I hope you have graph paper. Copy down these key ideas. Okay, there's your graph, table of values. Please note how that is the number 12. Notice it's not on the line. Perhaps if you had a better interval over here, the numbers would have shown up nicer. We go down here, describing the graph. Where does it start? Is it linear? And now what you have to do is please do pages 337 to 341 in your textbook. Now I will open that textbook piece up again. I hope, right here. So as we scroll through this, what you will see, there are those key ideas. Okay, communicate. 2, graph the linear relationship. Okay, so you actually have to come up with that on your own. And then remember how this works. For help with 4 and 5, refer to example 1 on page 334. Okay, a lot of this will be descriptive, simple, short sentences. Okay, you have to make a table of values here. Do as much as you can today, please, and tomorrow. I hope to be back, and remember it's field day on Wednesday, so dress appropriately. Lots of sunscreen, please. Be good to the sub, and use the blog and watch these videos over and over and over again if you need help in the back room. All right, take care, and good night.